No, my name is David Kakish. I'm a C2 LO. I'm married with 4 kids, the details no one cares about, but every speaker tells you. And as you may know, I'm a former pastor turned loan originator. Why mortgages? Tons of reasons, but primarily you can make a lot more money as a loan originator than a pastor. Amen. Do you know what the difference is between 2 large pizzas and a pastor? 2 large pizzas can easily feed a family of 6. So, you know, it was the ministry, not the ministry. I have jokes. Do you know why pastors are so bad at telling jokes? Timing? Timing? Anyways, we'll keep going. Now, I'm not here to give you a sermon today. I'm really not. I want to show you how to build systems that will take you from chasing one-off transactions to hopefully creating consistent, repeatable success. And I'm probably over-promising and under-delivering. I should establish credibility. Why should you listen to me? I'm not sure you should, so let's just figure out if you should by the end of this. As most pastors do, I will start with a story, and I call this story The Waiter. And it's a true story. A few months back, our fearless leader, David Temko, flew down to Gulf Shores, Alabama. And I said Alabama, not Arkansas. I know they both start with an A. They probably both marry their cousins. They're different states. Temko flew down to visit and hang out with us for a few days. We had a fun time. We went fishing and all the rest. And one day we went out to lunch. We got to the restaurant. Hostess sat us. We sat at a table, waiter shows up eventually, gives us menus, gets you some waters while you think about it. We ordered, we talked, good lunch, we ate, no big deal. Waiter comes out at the end and says, hey, would you guys be willing to write me a review? Our restaurant has this contest going on, and whoever gets the most reviews gets a free trip to Jamaica. So it's like, yeah, dude, yeah, I'll write you a review. He's like, awesome, I really appreciate that. I'll get you your bill. And I'll tell you what link will go on your phone, what link you should write the review on. I said, no worries. A couple minutes later, he shows back up with the bill, and it's 3 times higher than it should have been. Like tons of things. I'm like, we didn't order that. That's not ours. And he was like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. Needless to say, I didn't write him a review, right? And what we're about to do now is like an autopsy. We're going to dissect that cluster mess, and I want us to do so with a quote, but it's this. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And let's unpack that, because here's the thing. That waiter had a goal. What was his goal? He wanted to go to Jamaica. Did he have a system to get there? No. He hoped for the best, was winging it, was trying to do his job, and guess what? He failed. And I'm convinced that so many of us are operating very similarly in our businesses. Because here's the reality. Every one of us has a goal. The truth is, the person sitting to your left and right very likely has the same exact goal you do. I want to pick up more realtors. I want more leads. I want to close more loans. I want to make more money. Is that your goal? My goal too. You all have the same goals. The difference between those who are winning in this market and those who aren't isn't a matter of who's setting better goals. It's a matter of who has better systems to accomplish them. Because you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. The top LOs in this market are creating, refining, obsessing about their systems and processes. And they know the key to what? Predictable, scalable success isn't necessarily a matter of who's working harder, but it's the ones who can ensure that every part of their business consistently operates with precision. How did I figure this out? Well, I got licensed August of 22. And when I sat down at my desk for the first day, I was like, I'm a loan officer now. I want more business. Can I will it? Can I manifest it? How do I get there? Well, truth is, 6 months prior to getting licensed, I knew I wanted to be an LO and wanted to have a roadmap for where I wanted to go. So the first thing I did was I called loan officers all around the country. retail, brokers, banks, whatever. I was calling them and asking questions. And I did that for a while, and here's what I realized. I discovered that most LOs are just chasing transactions. They want closings. They want units. And I call that business model the seedless watermelon farmer. Do you know what I mean by that? How do you plant a seedless watermelon? I don't know. I know you can plant it, but how do you do the next batch? Mystery. And most LOs are hustling and pounding the pavement and going to open houses and cold calling, and they scrape together 4, 5, 6 deals. They're going to have a good month. They're tied up in those transactions. They close them. It was great. But once that batch is done, they got to start from square one all over again. And so now they're going to pound the pavement and go to open houses and get leads and do this, and they're going to have a good month. And realistically, when you look at their production, it's a whoop, whoop, right? 5 on, 5 off, like kind of Karate Kid style. Anyone? Does anyone's business model look like that if you look at your production? In light of this, I wrote this mantra for myself when I was building my business, and maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. That you may not be where you want to be right now, but you're either small for a season or you're small for a reason. And I don't know what that answer is for you in your business model. But it's something worth thinking about and figuring out. Like, am I small for a season? I just got to trust this process, keep pounding the pavement, know what I'm doing, go, go, go. Or am I small for a reason? Maybe my system's broken, and the way I'm doing it is not helping me, and we'll have to figure that out together. But that is, you're welcome. If you focus on improving your process and constantly getting better, the results will come. And it's not about swinging for the fences. It's about just trying to get on base every single day consistently and trusting that that will work in the long haul. And that's why I built my business on these 2 principles, and they were this: people over profits. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that, but people hate being sold, and they know when they're being sold. So don't sell, serve. People over profits. But the second was this. I wrote it down for myself: process over production. Instead of trying to chase units and volume, I worked on building systems that would generate consistent results. And my focus was never like, I want a quick win this month. I need to make this month. That was just short-sighted. I wanted to build a repeatable system that could guarantee compounding growth month after month. Why? David said it today. I realized if you can't repeat that process, you can't scale. You might be able to kill a deal with a realtor and they love you. I'm going to send you all my clients. Can you guarantee the next one's going to go the same way? And you're only as good as your last deal. This is a fickle industry. You could do 20 awesome deals and then you really botch it on one. And so that was it. I was like, if I can't repeat it, I can't scale. How do I make this repeatable? So how do you create these systems? I'm so glad you asked. You guys are smart. That's a great question. We're going to do a 30,000-foot view, and then we'll zoom in here. Big picture, here are the 3 basic steps to developing a system. Document everything. And if you didn't just take a picture or write that down, you already failed. I'm just kidding. Document everything, constantly refine the process, and then rinse and repeat. That's the blueprint. But now let's zoom in. What do I mean by document everything? I mean document everything. Like absolutely everything, every step in the transaction, every interaction you have with clients and referral partners, every milestone along the way, every new person you're going to bring in the process. How do I make sure they know who that is and all the rest? Every pain point your client or the realtor partners are experiencing in the transaction. Every time I got asked the same question more than once by different people. Document everything, every problem that pops up, every efficiency you know. Document it, document it, document it. And by doing this, you'll have a foundation to build on. And then every piece, and so you start to build a system. And then every piece of feedback you get, every obstacle you still run into, every hang up, every pain point, every success, that needs to be addressed in your process. And then leads to step 2, constant refinement. You need to constantly be asking, can I automate this? Can I do this faster? Can I simplify this? Can someone else do this instead of me? Really important question to ask if you're talking about scaling. Can I say it in fewer words? Can I make a video for this? I see you, Kyle Draper. Is this step even necessary? Is this for me or is this for the client? I said this on a panel at Fuse last week. What I noticed about the broker channel is a lot of brokers operate like the Android phones. Like, we can do these features in your APR, and if you carry the one, and here's 8 different ways to structure it. People want simplicity. Hey, if we could do this monthly payment with this much cash to close, would that be a win for you? Yeah. The last 3 loans I've locked, I never even talked about rates. I understood their goals, found a way to simplify it, and we just moved forward. It was easier for me, easier for them. Is this step even necessary, and can this scale? And then you make adjustments, and then step 3, rinse, repeat, start the cycle again. You keep going, and that's how you create a system. It's not magic. It's about continually tweaking, refining, listening, asking for feedback, obsessing over every step until it's efficient. Notice I didn't say the word perfect. It's never going to be perfect. We want efficient, because that works for now, and we'll keep tweaking and refining it. And the reason it can never be perfect is because a system is a living, breathing system. It's a thing, and it will evolve as your business evolves. With every stage of scaling, there are new problems to tackle, and then your process needs to grow and stretch with it, so it's going to constantly evolve. And building a system takes a lot of time and a ton of effort, and so it's a fair thing to ask, if I'm going to do that, how do I know if that system will work? Is that a fair question? Here's the answer. You don't. And that's fine, because no one does at first. But I followed this principle from Jim Collins, and it really helped me, and I hope it helps you. Shoot bullets, then cannonballs. Small, little calculated risks. I started to think, I would send an email like, hey, appraisal was ordered. People liked that. They wanted to know that the appraisal was ordered. Listing agent appreciated, da-da-da. But then the buyers would ask me questions like, what does that mean? And how does it work? And such and such. And I was like, type answers for them. They're like, I'm not going to type this every time. I'm going to create template keyboard shortcuts for that. But then I was like, people hate reading. What if I did videos? Woo. So I tested it on one step in the process. I made a video, and I put it in Milestone. It went out to listing agent, buyer's agent, title, buyers. They're like, that video was so helpful. Thank you. Awesome. I made another video. Got more feedback that was helpful. We're building videos for every step in this entire process. It's easier for them. They understand it better, right? Like, it's easier for me. I don't have to answer any questions. I work hard, not because I'm harder working. It's because I'm actually lazy. Let me just do it once and hope that it carries over. So, shoot bullets and cannonballs. So what does a system like that look like? Well, I have systems and processes for almost every stage. And I obviously can't go through all of them with you. So I'm going to just focus on one system to just show you what does this look like in real life. And it's one I hope that you guys will maybe appreciate and it will be applicable. And it's this, how to pick up new referral partners, i.e. listing agents. I'm going to show you. This is my system. This is my process for doing it. Before I go into that, I want to just address something. I know someone here is thinking, well, I already have a process. We're speedy. We got good rates. We have good service. Like, I just want to tell you, like, that is the bare minimum. Getting the job done, like, right and fast, that's not a process. That's just called doing your job, right? Like, it just is. And plenty of people do their jobs every day. They do it well. They do it quickly. And you have no idea what their name is. And if you don't believe me, here's my question. When's the last time you ordered an appraisal? You ordered it, went to the AMC, it was accepted. They went out there the next day. They got you a report the day after that. It met value above value. You were like, yes. That's a good feeling when that happens. Does that ever happen to anyone? Yeah. Raise your hand if you had that happen. Cool. What was the name of that appraiser? Didn't they do a great job? Didn't they make your life easier? The reality is, like, we are a service. We are a service. The same way, like, I don't care what my mechanic's name is, just change my oil. We are a service, and so we need a process. Speed doesn't make you memorable. A process is about engineering consistent, excellent, wait for this one, experiences. Yeah. How do you differentiate a service from a system? You got to engineer an experience. People don't remember a service. They remember an experience, and speed is easily forgotten. It's experience that sticks, and if you want to win more listing agents, you need a system that creates an experience that they will remember. And now that you understand, let's go in. This is how I'm consistently winning over listing agents. It's 3 steps, and we'll zoom in on each. Research, personalization, structured follow-up. And we're going to zoom in on each of those. Research, personalization, structured follow-up. When you have your processes locked in, it's no longer a question of if you'll see the results. I'm telling you, it's a matter of when and how often, because it becomes predictable and scalable and repeatable. You're listening for feedback every time you do something. You start to hear the same, like, oh, this one's working. I know it's working. I know it's working. So let's zoom in. Setting the stage, engaging the listing agent before the offer. You're going to research the agent and their experience. What do I mean by research the agent? I'm talking about research. You're going to look them up on LinkedIn. You're going to look them up on Facebook, on Instagram. You want to see if you have mutual friends. Then you're going to go to Redder or MMI. And if you don't have Redder, there's a free trial thing. It's super helpful for me. I want to know, what lenders are they working with? How many deals did they close? How bad do I want this agent? Have I worked with anyone in their office before I call them? And here's the reality. You can see from their social media what kind of vibe they are. I was a military guy, big-time realtor, and his bio said, kick-ass realtor, whatever. I got a vibe. I got a window into his personality. I know how I'm going to talk to him when I pick up the phone, right? Like, do your research beforehand. It will make that conversation go so much better. Then you make the initial call. This works for me. I'm not telling you necessarily to do it, but I use humor. When they pick up, I'm like, a realtor that picked up their phone? Holy crap. You must be the top realtor in the nation. I don't know realtor. And they're laughing and like, who is this? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is David Kakish. And it's calling because my buyer's about to put an offer in on your house. I always call the listing agents to make sure that you know, here's what we do in our pre-approval process. We vetted their assets, their income, their liabilities. We ran AUS. We've confirmed they verified their assets. And I want you to know, we close 100% of the people we pre-approved. I'm the top 1% lender in the country. And my process is built out that you will never have to wonder where we're at in the stage. If you have to ask us where we're at, we failed you. They love hearing that, right? That call went well. Then when we're under contract, we have it built out. They get a template from our, we send it out like, congratulations for the mutual, introducing them to our team or whatever. And then I send them a text. We have keyboard shortcuts and templates set for all this, but my text is kind of hilarious to me. It says, no need to call back. And then it goes into the thing. I never called them. But when you start that text with no need to call back, you get credit for a call. They think they missed it. Look how communicative you are. We're shortcutting efficiency. Because I'd call them like, congrats. Like, we already talked when they put the offer. I don't want to talk again. Find a way to do it faster, more efficient, right? And then, this one's important, add them on social media when it's under contract. Why? Because you're about to stay top of mind for them for the next 30 days. You're going to be in their inbox. They're going to be receiving a bunch of stuff from you. And if you're active on social media, it's going to feel like you're everywhere to them. It's like one of those things, I bought a white Honda Civic, and now all of a sudden I see Honda Civics everywhere. You are the white Honda Civic now. Then, in process. Good, it doesn't have audio, that's fine. In process, we built out videos like this for every milestone. No one's doing this. And I'm not saying that to brag on myself. I'm saying I'm creating an experience, right? Not a service. They're seeing it's edited well, it's done well. Milestone communication for every one of these, and they're built out. Submitted to underwriting, approved with conditions, appraisal ordered, appraisal received, we've been resubmitted, we're clear to close, and docs out.
What did you build the video for?
David Kakish, videoeditingservices.com.
How much do they charge?
He retired after this project. But go to Upwork. Kyle has a company that will edit your videos. So next stage, you ready? Closing, strong ending. I send him a closing day text with a video. It's like a cartoon of me dancing. It's like, we're clear to close, blah, 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 whatever. Post on social media, tagging them as the listing. And they killed it for their seller. It was such a good sign, right? Because they've been seeing me for 30 days. And now I'm praising them. People like being praised. But in actuality, when you're tagging them, you're showing up on all their friends' stuff where they feel like you're doing them a favor. So it's like really a Trojan horse, but that's fine. And we send them a congratulations text the morning of, and then post-closing, we send them an email. This is my secret sauce. Express enjoyment that we work together. Offer to write them a review. No one says no to that, and oftentimes they want to reciprocate. Ask if they want to receive your weekly market updates. 68% say yes. Then you actually got to make them, and make them worth watching. And when they say yes, they are being dripped by you constantly now. I've had realtors I closed a deal with a year ago, and like, I finally have a good lead to send you. I'm like, who is that again? I don't remember you, but you can't forget me. I'm everywhere, right? And then I invite them to the VIP Realtor Partner Program. This is a thing I built. I did a power-up, C2 power-up showing this, but if you scan that code, you can download this, make it your own. I built this out. You're welcome to it. Some of it is like a Canva open house templates. Here I'm showing them how to pick up FSBOs by pulling up the previous listing agent stuff and running reports. Then from there, I have a bunch of documents built out. Hey, here's 189 reasons you need a buyer's agent. Here's 212 reasons you need a listing agent. Here's 184 prompts for ChatGPT. Then I built AI bots for like SEO and whatever that they can use, and just make it your own. And then I teach them how to use keyboard shortcuts. I don't give this away. That email with all this ends with, hey, if you want to become a VIP Realtor Partner for free, here's something we do, and it has a video where I'm introducing this, and they have to book a 10-minute call with me, where on that call I'm walking them through this, right? Because they just experienced an amazing process, and they know it's good, and it worked. And so now they're like, how do I become more like you? And you're adding value, and I never, ever, ever ask them for business. Not once. Does this work? Year to date, I've converted 16 listing agents, which is 22% of my transactions. Each agent sends 1.6 deals per year, which is an extra 25 deals a year, which will compound next year on top of the 22%. Hopefully we're trying to tweak. How do we get that percentage higher? Where did we miss? Where was it off? And we're constantly tweaking. It is a living, breathing thing. How many times did I talk to that listing agent? Does anyone remember? But they feel like they know me. Is that scalable? Is it efficient? Did it create an experience? Sure as hell did, y'all. Why do systems work? Systems work because, well, let me ask a different question. Do you remember the waiter? He had a goal, but he had no system to back it up, right? His entire plan was to just wing it, hope for the best, and like, this is gonna work. That's a terrible strategy. If he really wanted to go to Jamaica, like if he really wanted it, here's what his system could have, should have looked like. And this is just like, let's spitball. He would have thought about every interaction that he was going to have with, the people coming to eat at the restaurant, from first greeting to end. He would have thought it all the way through. He would have thought, hey, what if I pulled out their chairs? What if I greet them with a joke, right? What if he brought waters as you're sitting and not like, here's a menu, I'll come back later, right? What if he offered recommendations? What if he brought a free appetizer? He would have tested when to ask for reviews, because timing is everything. Do I ask as I'm bringing the bill out? Before I bring the bill out? Do I ask in the beginning? Do I plant a seed about this review Jamaica trip right as they're sitting down? Like, hey guys, I'm gonna try to wow your socks off today because I really wanna go to Jamaica. Let me tell you about this thing, right? He would have made it easy. He would have said, hey, if you were happy with your service, just scan this quick QR code, press this one thing. He would have taken steps to ensure that every facet of the dining experience was flawless, including reviewing the bill before giving it to me, right? And then he would have tracked the results, and every night would have tried to refine the process. What worked, what didn't, and why. If he really wanted to go to Jamaica. He had a goal, he had no system to get it. And if you walk away with anything from this, I want you to remember this. Your systems, not your goals, will determine your level of success. Because systems can intentionally engineer an experience, a consistent, repeatable, and if it's repeatable, therefore scalable experience. Systems can do that. And I like this quote. I wanted to end with this. People don't decide their future. They decide their habits, and their habits are what decide their future. Yeah? And so the question I have for you guys is, what habits and systems are you putting in place today to guarantee your future success? And I do want to get real with it. I don't know how we're doing on time. I think we have time. What's holding you back from building systems in your business? And I want to talk, and I don't want to be like the guru, because I'm not. So I just want to hear from you guys, and we'll spitball together. What questions do you have? I feel like a pastor again. I see you in the back. Thank you for giving your life to Jesus. Anyone else?
I struggle with connecting the dots with all the systems. So for example, I have a ROM, I have a CRM, and I have social media, and I have Facebook ads, and I'm just struggling with making everything talk to each other, or where to even start with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to put a roof on a house before you poured a foundation. So start with one, and just like start building one for Arrive. And then ask yourself, like when I made those videos for appraisals, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna split those up in 3s, and now I have social media content for the next 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, so once you start working on one, it'll kind of like spiderweb into other areas, and you'll find out like, hey, my foundation is built. What else can I use this for? How else could I connect with this? Could I use this for that? I can't answer that for you, because all of our business models are different. All of our strategies are different. And so I just mean to say, start with one and see where it connects with others, and then find a way to always, my goal is I want to hit 2 birds with every one stone. Every piece of content I create has to have at least 2 functions, otherwise it's not worth doing. I'm really lazy, so if you're gonna make me work, I gotta get a lot of bang for my buck. So I know I didn't answer your question, but I hope that helped.
No, you did, because you gave me a starting point to say, don't let yourself get overwhelmed by the big
100%. And I would 100% say start with Arrive, because it has milestones. And my guess is you probably haven't put a lot of thought, and I don't mean this in a negative way, into like wording those milestones. Be like, dear person, the client for this address has been cleared to close. Sincerely, thank you, loan officer. You know what I mean? Like put some effort into that, and as you do, you'll go, hey, do I think I have this? Maybe you can't see. At the bottom of that, you see this? Like, this is on my milestones. Every one of them, we have a graphic with a checklist of like, here's where we're at. Let's visualize it. How can I make this more appealing? Whatever. So you just start monkeying with it. And so I think Arrive is going to give you a skeletal structure, because it already has milestones built out. Put some thought into writing those, and then you'll go, can I make that look better? What else can I do? And you'll see it starts to.
Are you doing those videos and everything then through the milestones of Arrive?
100%. It's embedded in Arrive.
It's embedded into Arrive.
Correct. Buyer's agents, listing agents, title companies. Title companies love me, because they're like, oh my gosh, you're different. Hey.
But you can put the videos.
100%. You can embed it as a GIF, so it's playing and it says, click here.
Do you do both email and text updates for these? Or?
I don't do text updates. Every Monday, we'll send a separate, because milestones we move fast, so they're gonna get these, but every Monday we will send a separate email just going, hey, here's where we're at with your files, with your leads or whatever. See ya.
What program do you use to edit the videos?
It doesn't matter what I would use whatever's gonna help you do it. I mean, the easiest, probably most user-friendly is like a Kapwing, K-W-K-A, or CapCut. Those two, like whatever works for you. If I told you Premiere, Kapwing, K-A-P-W-I-N-G, or CapCut.
I like captions.
Captions. InShot. I mean, there's a million of them, so whichever one you're gonna use and is user-friendly.
Pick the one you use.
I deep dive into stuff because I am on the spectrum, and then so I got into Premiere Pro, and it was like 3 a.m. and I'm watching all these like crazy editing videos, and my wife goes, congratulations, you could build a 5-figure video editing company instead of your 6-7-figure loan originating. I was like, yeah, I should have outsourced this. I'm just cheap and I like learning stuff, so whatever's easiest. But I'm telling you, you can go to Upwork or what's the other, Fiverr. Hire a dude in Sri Lanka, and I have on some of those for like $50. They'll edit videos for you and makes your life easier. Or call Kyle. I think he has a video editing company.
Some agents are more needy than others.
Yes.
Your example where you only talk to them once the first time. How do you? Obviously, they have a question. You can answer the question.
100%.
It's an inbound call, but how do you kind of reflect stuff back to your system and your templates and say, hey, I'll provide that update when I have that update.
Give me an example of a question.
Has the appraiser gone to the property to inspect?
So when we order appraisal, they're going to get a milestone video, appraisal's ordered. Then we send them another one when it is scheduled. Hey, it's scheduled on this date, it's due on this date. If there's a delay and it moves, we get ahead of it. We just send a message. Again, it's laziness, right? I brought up the bill example, and I think this is another talk for another day, but can I just preach for a second? When I got that bill, and it was higher than I thought it was supposed to be, what did I do? I went freaking line by line through it with a sour attitude. It was just like not what I was expecting. Like, this has got to be wrong. And a Diet Coke is $5.50, and now I'm mad at it, right? Because, no, we didn't order that and whatever. I think a lot of times we do that to our clients and partners. Like, we just kind of rip stuff out and expect them to understand it. And then they have to do it. Even if the bill was right, they're just kind of mad and frustrated. So we get ahead of it. Explain it beforehand. Hey, we just got word from this. They're going to be delayed. We already sent an email. I swear to you, we'll let you know the second it finds out. And you'll hear from us on Monday, even if we didn't hear anything. You don't have to guess. TCs for listing agents have called us like, I love you, but I hate you because I'm worried I'm not going to need a job if my agent works with you. I love to hear that because at a certain point, I think I'm going to hire VAs and start a TC company or something. I don't know. Again,
How do you address those videos that would theoretically have variable content? Meaning, appraisal is received and the value is, or the appraisal is ordered and it's due in.
those you can with automations structure, like if it's private information, we obviously don't send, hey, listing agent, the value was 60 grand above, congrats. No, we separate those out. But appraisal received, it's just, hey, met value, it was short, the buyer's agent will call you and such and such. That one doesn't have a video appraisal received. It's not like, we got it. Ordered, it breaks down. How does the appraisal work? Here's the AMCs, this is the values going to come through. I see you.
Yeah, the videos you're viewing were videos that were made a long time ago, just generic, right? Or do you do on a per loan basis?
Oh no, these are evergreen. I'm lazy. It's evergreen, so.
One time, like 3 months ago, and you're using the same video for every loan.
Yeah, submitted to underwriting. It's explaining how the loan process works. My goal there is not just the listing. I'm just telling you the benefit of this is we do pick up listing agents. My goal is there, I don't want to answer my buyers 50 questions. Explain to them what the entire underwriting process is, what they should and shouldn't do, and setting for them, the next stage is going to be this. Don't worry, we got you. Hey, we're approved with conditions. I see ya.
So I know there's different ways to build a business, and the most, I don't know, popular way to grow fast is to go after agents. But you've been only doing this for.
This is my second year, yeah.
How did you grow so fast? And your thing is like, well, I'm not like chasing agents. Like,
No,
a system that goes after them, like not you chasing them, but you're like, going, like, how did, I don't get it. I don't know. How did you do it?
I don't know.
You did it.
You do all of it.
That's what.
Consistency, process, experience, communication. And so we track everything. Where did we get these deals from? Listing agents, buyers agents, direct to consumer, self-generated, client referrals. And so we track it. And I can tell you the 2 best referral sources for me this year where I've made the most money wasn't agents. It was me, myself, just being on social media. Like today I got 4, I didn't post anything. I might have posted a story about you. But this morning before I posted anything, I had 3 people DM me, friends who know what I do for work. That's what social media really should be, but I'm not going to presume to talk about that. Kyle can do another talk. Reached out and had questions about mortgages. What's my system for how to get them efficiently? Keyboard shortcut. Hey, good to hear from you, da-da-da. Schedule ping pong's really tough. Here's a link to my calendar. Find a spot that works for you. I don't type it out. I hack the keyboard shortcuts on my phone, move on to the next thing. And so it's just like all of it, yes, and then it compounds. Last January, I was so stoked I did 1 deal. I was like, I did a loan. It was amazing. And then 2, and then 4, and it's been good. It's been good, I'm thankful.
So the question on your videos, it sounds like you do 1 video on appraisals.
Exactly.
Or on the process.
Yep.
Does it get weird that, if you close 4 loans for marrying the sales agent, she's getting the same video?
She's not watching it. She's just happy to hear the appraisal was ordered,
So you're not getting anything like it's not personalized at that point?
No. what they're seeing, most of what we do here is a Trojan horse, right? Like, what we're showing is, hey, we put thought and effort into our process. We're going to take care of your clients, and we're going to close on time. And they know that. And then their clients tell them, sometimes I outshine the agents that refer their buyers to me, because the buyer's like, we love our loan guy. I'm like, you mean your realtor? Yeah, we're just here at background.
I have a question. Where are you collecting and storing the data to analyze? So when you're looking at who sent you what and what tool,
Yeah.
what are you collecting that in? What tools are you using?
Two different things. Number one, Google Sheets. And it is automated, but it's helpful for me, and it's just what we track. And then obviously Arrive, you can put that in there, right? And so you can export your data from Arrive and then run it through GPT. Tell it, hey, I want you to pretend you're a data analyst, and I'm hiring you to come through the data for my mortgage company. Obviously, you don't put the names of the people. I'll put the names of the agents. I don't care about them. They'll sell their soul. So, and then you just run it. Hey, what was my avatar? What was the average age? What was the marital status? What was the FICO? What was the most profitable loan type? What location? What city? And I'm dialing it in and kind of building avatars. We're wandering all over the systems and processes, but if this is helpful, we can keep doing it.
When you say, do you have a team or do you have an assistant?
I have a huge ego, so I talk about myself. No, I have been building a team around me now, yeah. But I was doing this solo for a while, and I'm still tired. But yeah, at this point, my wife is with me full time as my assistant. I hired an ops manager. Your AEs, if they're good, poach them. They're probably underpaid. And now we have a licensed LOA doing pre-approvals, and we do disclosures, and we have a contract third-party processor as well.
How do you track when appraisals are ordered and received? Do you have to manually put it in Arrive?
Yes.
There's no way to link up lender website and have it.
Never say never. I'm sure there is smarter people than I may. You know who has an answer to that? John McLaughlin. You'll see him post stuff on Arrive. He will do an email parser to look for this, and when you do that, use a zap that triggers the milestone in this. And I've spent a bunch of time with him. You need more friends in a hobby. But you guys probably feel that way about me, right? The neoconservatives, anyone to your right, the crazy liberals, anyone to your left. It's kind of the same way. And so he's just so far into it, but that's how you would do it. An email parser to a zap that triggers a milestone in Arrive. Are we good? Helpful? And please don't, this listing agent thing was just a step. I want you to think through, the real meat of it was think through every step of your thing, not just that, every component, and you can build something really beautiful, maybe.
Yeah.